ladies and gentlemen, to the Vinny Eastwood Show. It's the lighter side of genocide, because in a world so full of chaos and madness, if you lose that sense of humour, you'll go friggin' nuts. A few announcements. Birthdays, first of all. My man Werner, who is a big fan of the show down in Aussie, who's been sending me some equipment, some lighting, and a shoulder-mounted camera thing so I can walk around and have hands-free to megaphone and strangle David Rockefeller. You know, it's great. And so big happy birthday to Werner, my man, down in Aussie. And also the other birthday announcement, it is Blue Shield's birthday. For those of you who are watching on the delayed broadcast on the YouTube, you'll be able to see I've got a little Blue Shield thingy hanging around my neck. And you can get massive discounts now, like for example the little M series, which is the one that you hang around your neck in the office kind of thing, along with your little key card, so that you've always got something around your neck protecting you from the radiation in the office. The little M series, and they used to be like $90 US, now they're 50. Okay, here we go. And there's a lot of reductions all over the place, like the plugins hugely down from $175 down to $99. It's got a 15-meter radius, so it basically just does a whole house. You usually put that in maybe the family room or something like that, or if you've got a big computer room where people are normally in, put it in there, wherever the radiation and stuff is the baddest. And also, we've got these headsets available, so you can plug them into your phones or your iPods or whatever, and they've got a little blue shield inside the headset. So it protects you against that stuff while you're listening to your music or having your phone calls and such. Huh? All right. Well, anyway, for any more info about that, just go to thevinnyeastwoodshow.com and click on the Blue Shield banner that's right up the top there, and it will take you to the page with all of that jazz. And also the next 3 purchases, the Blue Shield guys really love me for some reason. The next 3 purchases, Blue Shield's actually going to be donating all of the proceeds to the Vinny Eastwood Show. So yeah, if you want to support me and get yourself a Blue Shield, cruise on in there and hook yourself up. What was the other thing that I needed to announce? I forget. Damn it. Oh well. Oh yeah! I remember. Charlie McGrath. WideAwakeNews.net. Have you ever heard of this guy, Prince?
I have not.
He's a really, really awesome radio show host, man. And he's got me on his show directly after I finish the show today. So if anybody else would like to listen to an extra couple of hours of Vinny, then go to wakenews.net as soon as we go off air today. And I'll probably also be recording that too, and uploading it to the YouTube channels as well, so it'll be all good. All right, business is taken care of, thankfully. And now, back to the show. My very special guest is Prince Truth Chaser. And this is another point that I'd like to make as well. If you want to be a truther or whatever, and you want to be able to survive, take the money. If people say, man, I love what you're doing, here's $20, take it. Okay? Because you're doing something that is worthwhile for people. All right? And you need food and water and shelter just as much as the next man. And you can't work for the man, so you don't have the choice. Beggars can't be choosers, I say. And roughing it as a truther, bro. Mate, it can be a real harsh mistress. And so you've got to accept every bit of charity that comes your way, because after all, what you're doing is essentially sacrificing your life for the betterment of everybody else's.
Truth be told, truth be told.
And what about you, man? How can people help you out? You got a donate button or something?
I don't have any of that, man. It's all out of my pocket. Events I've ever went to, I paid for. I'm giving out free T-shirts, free Truth Chaser T-shirts. So if anyone wants any, go on to my Facebook, Prince Truth Chaser. On my YouTube, Prince Truth Chaser. I have videos with We Are Change New York. I was live at Ground Zero. I have Alex Jones videos. This is all me live, folks. I've done a chemtrail expert, Sophia Smallstorm, reptilian expert, alien expert, Peggy Kane. Oh man, where do I stop? I've got a lot of Occupy videos that I've done. I don't know, man. It's all there if your guests want to check it out. As far as money, I haven't actually asked her for any donations for anything yet, but if
But
I ever
people,
write a book,
but I
you
know
know,
for a fact people have bought your coffee or bought your meals or something like that, giving you a little bit of gas money, anything.
nah, no love, dude. This has all been me, dude, all solo, man. I just I'm just now starting to get recognized on a really good, audience. Like a lot of people are starting to wake up to who I am and what I'm about now. So, if you want to buy me a coffee, I'm all for it. Cappuccino, French vanilla.
Oh mate, because I did it for 4 years before I was able to buy my own coffee.
Okay.
like seriously, dude. I had to be like the ultimate, learn how to be the ultimate truther mooch, and everybody
Yeah.
was pretty happy because I was churning out like a video pretty much every 2 days from a protest or a public meeting or something like that. So I was getting really out there and in everybody's face, and I started putting all these videos onto DVDs, design the DVDs, print them, design the covers, everything like that, and just
Wow.
ask people for donations. And if they give me a donation, I'll give them a DVD or whatever. They can give me whatever's convenient for them. Cost price for the DVD. Give me $20 for the DVD. It doesn't matter to me. And
Yeah.
you
I'm
really
sorry.
had to kind of be incredibly creative in order to support yourself in modern life. Like, in order to do what you want to do and have enough money to live, you in turn have to work harder than you should ever have to.
Right. I agree, and I think the DVD thing is a really good idea as far as like what you said, and you're really getting a lot more for like you, Vin, you make a DVD collection, and out of all your vids and all your interviews and all that you do, the viewers actually getting a lot out of that because you're getting a lot of good, solid information and truth. And I thought about doing that. I'm make like a DVD set of all the videos I've ever done,
Yeah,
and
man.
I've got a lot of great stuff coming up. I have a radio show also. You know, it's
Are
the
you
moment.
archiving your radio show?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it yet. I'm doing it via Skype, so it's my first show was on my YouTube. The sound quality's not that great, but it's basically via Skype.
Well, what you can do is you can use Skype Recorder. Are you using Mac or PC?
I'm using a, and this goes back to me doing all this out of pocket, man. I'm using a tablet, dude. I'm using a Motorola X-Zoom tablet. So I mean, all of my videos have been done with a phone.
Oh my
Everything.
god, that's
I
brilliant.
just, it's amazing. People say, but I'm like right there where the action is, dude. And it's, the more money I make, I mean, the better equipment I could buy. But
Yeah.
it's just about right now. I do what I can with what I
Well, what
have.
about well,
So
what about this? Instead of asking for donations, why don't you ask for equipment?
yeah, that's a good idea.
Like
Right,
what
there
kind,
you go.
like what kind of gear do you need right now? Have you got a standard tripod and a camera, or do you need lighting? What?
Uh,
A decent mic?
a decent mic would help.
Yeah.
But this is all for the people. So I mean, I'm just gonna do it. I'll have everything hopefully another 2 months. Hopefully a lot of the equipment I need. It's just
Mm. Well, you see,
this is all out of my pocket, man.
well, the one that I've got here, the Yeti Blue mic, it's got like 4 different channels, so you can either have a group conference, or capture everything, or just capture what's in front, or capture what's in front and behind. So you can have a two-way conversation. Captures it in alternative channels with this beautiful little pop thingy. 2 pairs of headphones, right? Dig this, on eBay, $150.
Oh, really?
Plugs directly into your USB, and it is the sharpest quality sound you will ever have in a professional studio quality mic. $150.
Yes, off air. If you want off air, dude, send me the details on the name. How to, what the name is and all that again. So
Oh,
that
anybody
I can.
anybody can find this if you just Google eBay
Hmm.
Yeti Blue.
Okay.
It should come up with it. And it's basically, I think that it's so cheap now to produce something that at least sounds or maybe looks professional. Like, in order to sound professional, you simply need high definition sound, and in order to look professional, you simply need high definition video. And to get both is a matter of about maybe what, $300 to get a professional mic and a little phone thingy that can shoot in HD.
Yeah, really. Well, we'll see. Probably in about, I would say, the end of the month, I'll look into it because I just got the tablet, so I can actually connect everything to the tablet via USB port.
Yep. So if you've got a tool. If you've got a tool, find out what it can do, and you'll usually find out in the practice of actually using it and in the practice of actually doing something, rather than just getting a tool for a tool's sake. Okay, well, we'll be coming back after the break in about 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you go anywhere, because we'll be back with more of Prince Truth Chaser after the break. And also, we want to go to the callers when you ring in as well. 218-339-8525. That's 218-339-8525. And Kyle from Pennsylvania, I'm sorry we didn't get to your call. If you could ring back, we'll go to your calls first. Thank you very much. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to hour number 2 of the fastest 2 hours in talk radio. It's the Vinny Eastwood Show, broadcasting live from the fabulously fluoridated and allegedly Fukushima irradiated capital of Auckland, New Zealand, the island-chained nation in the sunny slave South Pacific, where everybody has a part-time job as an incandescent light bulb or at a fracking facility. My very special guest, Paul Wesley, aka Prince Truth Seeker, is my guest, and he, not entirely dissimilar to myself, well-spoken young man, gets out there, does the business that the mainstream media should, but of course is paid not to do. Callers, ladies and gentlemen, the caller lines are open, and I always wonder this perplexing: why don't people call into the Vinny Eastwood Show? Am I that much of a slime bag? 218-339-8525, 218-339-8525. And also, generally, after the shows, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a Skype account, and if you don't, it's blimmin' easy to get. Go to skype.com and download Skype. It's just that frickin' simple. You can then come into the Vinny Eastwood Show chat room and give us your Skype name, and we'll add you onto the list, or I'll give you mine, or whatever. And then we have a call after the show, which sometimes lasts like 4 or 5 hours or something like that. That's the real show. Okay, that's what a lot of the people in there have been saying. And because it's actually interactive and you get to talk about your lives and everything like that, like we have some amazing stories being passed between truthers who are listeners to this show. Okay, we have Olympians, former Olympians, gymnasts and stuff like that who listen to the show, who join in on the Skype calls, who have circumnavigated the globe like 9 times, stuff like that. It's amazing. Everybody's got a story, and if you just listen, you'll actually hear something. We do have a caller, and it's an anonymous one. Are we Legion? Welcome to the show.
Hello?
Hello, you're on the air.
I'm on the air? Good. I have a little question for you. Actually, not a question, it's more of a comment. Yesterday, I was actually watching on NASA's website, the landing of that on Mars.
Oh, yeah.
And right in the middle of it, they flashed, like a second of it, they flashed the pyramid with the eye on the capstone on the back of the dollar bill.
A little bit of subliminalness.
Yeah, it took like a second. If you watch the slideshow, it's like, boom, flash, and there. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Oops, sorry about that.
Oh, man, everybody seems to love violating FCC regulations on this. And you know what? I wish we could actually swear on this show, to tell you the truth, because I've got a very, very bad collection of vocabulary of swear words and disgusting things that I've come up with over the years that I want to say but can't on FCC regulations. So on that note, I just want to point out that I apologise to the affiliates and all of that kind of stuff, and also point out to the FCC, F you.
Hey, if they can do it on HBO, why not us, you know?
Yeah. Well, CBS, PBS, all I hear is BS.
Exactly.
Kind of getting sick of these mainstream media shills, don't you think? And can I ask, what's the situation like in America with the Olympics coverage? Is it all over the place and going, yeah, there's the medal channel and soaking up half the news hour? Yeah.
Well, I'm in Montreal, Canada.
Sorry.
Actually, just a little bit south of Truther Girls, actually.
Right.
I haven't been watching the Olympics at all. I don't have TV. I haven't watched it for 5 years, so I don't know.
Yeah, if it's not the Winter Olympics, the Canadians aren't interested.
Actually, I'm not interested in any kind of Olympics at all.
Hey, whoa! You've resisted the 5 rings that were created in Mount Doom to distract us all.
I'm actually from Quebec, and I do not like hockey. So that's a
Holy
threat.
cow! That's like being a cow and not liking grass.
Exactly.
Well, do you
My
have...
upbringing. I actually lived in the States for half of my life, so...
Yeah. Maybe you've retained a little bit of the accent, perhaps.
The accent?
No,
I have an
kidding.
accent?
I'm kidding.
I must.
Yeah. But do you not watch TV or anything like that, or keep up with what's going on?
Nope. For the past 5 years, nope. Haven't watched a bit of TV. Just internet, and that's it.
Wow. That's interesting, man. What about getting out and about? You got drinking buddies or something?
Oh, I got friends here and there, and I take my rides every day. I do a lot of bike riding. I do a lot of motorcycle riding. I got some jobs I do here and there. I do what they call here working under the table, they call it.
Oh, yeah.
Been doing this for many, many years, and even before I knew about this truth movement stuff, I was always like, why should I give half my money to somebody? What the hell is that for?
Yeah, I fully agree with that. And in fact, I know a lot of people now. I'm starting to find a lot of people who've actually been living like that for years. It really is possible to live below the radar and under the table and still completely interact with society and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. A lot of people just, it's crazy, especially in construction.
Yeah. Well, let's think about this. What actually kind of woke you up to the whole New World Order system? I mean, was it a doco, or were your parents instrumental? Like, people either kind of, as I say, they've either been raised in a certain way and it's kind of inevitable, or they get into the system and then it messes them up and then they get activated against it.
Actually, the system messed me up a lot, and actually my family messed me up a lot also. My parents, no, forget them. They don't want to listen to anything, nothing. It's mostly school screwed everything up for me. Like when I came back from the States, I was English, and here in Quebec, if both your parents are French, well, you have to go to French school, no matter what. So I had to flunk like 3-4 years back, and I was like, ever since then, I was like, nah, the system's not for me. And ever since then, I was like against the system. But right. The New World Order, probably about 5 years now, 6 years.
How do you think the New World Order is going to pan out? Do you think it's going to happen?
Oh man, I am scared to death because even people that are bright, this is the freaky thing. Even people that are bright, you could actually have conversations with. They can't get a grasp on it. There's only like, I know Vinny says this all the time. It only takes a handful, but if the handful is all scattered all over the place and nobody gets to talk to each other, really,
I don't know.
What the hell, you know?
It's real strange. I think it's like have you ever seen Predator? You know how they send that one elite team in to solve this big problem that all their special forces guys couldn't solve and crack these weapon smugglers and whatever. You'd be surprised what a crack team can accomplish that a whole bunch of people all over the place who can communicate with each other really can't.
Yeah.
And I think it's also to our benefit in perhaps a warfare stratagem for many disparate truthers and patriots to be all over the place and nobody have any idea that they're there, not even each other. because then they'd never be able to give each other up, would they? And any time that the enemy captures one of us, they'd simply have to, they'd simply have to take out one of us, and that's all they'd get. It's like fighting a war against 100 different enemies as opposed to just one enemy who's got many, many troops. It's different,
True. We do have the advantage of observing and knowing what's going on, so we can actually see cliches, or not cliches, but like hints and clues of things, so we can actually probably see things in advance. But it's to actually relay that information that's the problem.
I say it's just experience, Get out there, keep talking to people, keep communicating. I mean, telesales taught me a lot about communicating points to people quickly and having them believe you. All right, well, anyway, thank you very much for your call, man. And we're going to go now to Kyle from Pennsylvania. Kyle, you're on the air.
You got two Philly boys now, Vinny. You're in trouble.
How you doing, Kyle?
Pretty good, boy. How you doing?
Awesome.
Yeah, I just want to continue with what he was saying. During the whole Occupy Wall Street thing down in Philadelphia, I was walking down there just to, see if I could find any like-minded people. And I would walk up to people and ask them and say, what's got you down here? Why are you protesting Wall Street? And the only answer I ever got was, well, we need to stop the Republicans and we need to stop Wall Street from all their bad deeds. And just absolutely no concept of the larger agenda and the bigger world around them.
Exactly.
So, and the people falter due to lack of knowledge, and somebody, and thank God for this guy, someone's got to do something.
All right.
Have you noticed that someone should always be you?
Have I noticed what?
That somebody that we're all waiting for, it always happens to be you?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh no, it goes back to the old saying, if you want something done right, you got to do it yourself.
Yeah.
And
but it's gotten even worse. I think society's gotten a lot lazier since that original saying, and now it kind of needs to be updated. If you want to do something at all, you've got to do it yourself.
I always find when I'm trying to talk to people and wake them up, there's three stages that people go through. When I first tell people, hey, look, there's a global cabal of international bankers that go back thousands of years that dominate the global government.
That'll mess with your sense of self-security.
Well, I understand that, from that initial opening statement, it's a little bit hard to accept, but,
that's like trying to swallow a corn chip whole.
Oh, it tastes good when it hits your lips, but going down, it sure is painful.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
Kyle.
what people do.
Wait, three stages that people go through. Could you just quickly wrap those up? Sorry, I interrupted.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear us, Kyle? Kyle, if you can't...
I can hear you, man.
We can hear you.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, cool.
Can you hear me?
I'm back, I hear you. Yeah.
What I wanted to ask you is a lot of people, in Philadelphia, where we're from, they a lot of them don't even know about the Occupy movement. And from myself doing the videos, because I love to do the videos and interact with people, and a lot of them are beautiful people. And my thing is, I'm kind of 50-50, where I kind of see like a lot of people are looking at the small picture and not the big picture. And it's great that everyone's getting together and they want to go up against Comcast and small banks and all, but that's just like, that's like one Cheerio out of the box. You know what I'm saying, Kyle?
No, nobody. And what I find is amazing is when Philadelphia, when Occupy Market Street in Philadelphia and that all got started, you had, all the councilmen and Michael Nutter, and they were all down there and they were supporting them, saying, we're here with the people, and I think it's great that people are expressing this and that. But then as soon as the people in New York got together and said, our list of demands are a tax on Wall Street, regulation, you never saw a coin turn so quick in your life. Then it was get the police down there on the mounted horses, get these people out of there. Now all of a sudden it's a health issue. And now, people can't be squatting in the street. Anybody who takes a walk up around Olean or takes any up in Kensington, there's people squatting in the streets.
Oh, yeah. Go Kensington and Allegheny. Even worse, Kensington and Somerset, dude. It's horrible, man. I was in the Philadelphia Spirit, the newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
I was in, not the Star, but the Philadelphia Spirit.
Know it well, yeah.
Right, so now my thing is I was in the paper, and the one thing is that Mayor Nutter is doing is they stopped. Like, say me and you want to go on the street and feed the homeless people, like, literally set up a table and feed people. You're not allowed to do that now, dude. You get fined and thrown in jail. You believe that?
No, well, it's they can't afford to have. The only way this system survives is by thinking, I'm in Philadelphia, Vinny's in New Zealand, and there's people in the Middle East that are brown, and we're all separate. The bum on the street, and that by keeping us separated, and by keeping us, I'm this guy, and I'm part of this small group. The minute that you walk up to somebody who's homeless and say, can I give you a piece of bread, or can I give you some, something to drink or whatever, you can relate with that person. And that ability to communicate and sympathize and say, I can feel for this man, who's in this despair, that leads to, there's no reason why 543,000 people need to die in Iraq because of sanctions on food and medical. And that compassion will lead to change. So they can't have that. And they'll do anything at all to keep us separate.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, in that case, once you know the enemy agenda, the ultimate thing, realization is to do the direct opposite. They want to keep us apart? Well, we've got to find out as many ways as we can to keep ourselves together, don't you think? And I think having a few laughs, meeting up with good mates and stuff like that, that's a good idea. So maybe, Kyle, if you want to send us in an email through the VinnyEastwoodShow.com, and I'll hook you up with Paul here, and you guys can maybe meet up and have a burger or something.
Real quick, Kyle, it's Pt.3 at yahoo.com. I just want to throw that out. Sorry about that, buddy.
I would definitely do that. And we also got Mark Passio right in Philadelphia, too, who he is.
That's what I was talking about. In fact, you read my mind, man, because I just messaged Mark saying that we're on air with two Philly boys, wondering if he'd want to join in for a few minutes.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's and I find it amazing.